Alrighty guys, so coming seated, crisscross, applesauce, or any kind of position that you feel comfortable in, really. And you could also sit on a chair or a stool if that's more comfortable. Feel free to also sit on a blanket or a towel, anything that makes you just really be able to be comfortable here. All right, so I'm just going to sit tall. Close your eyes if you like. And start to think about your breathing, okay? So just sitting tall. Breathing and noticing how you're feeling this morning. Feeling your sit bones, contacting the mat, contacting the floor, the carpet, wherever you are. And see if you can imagine those sit bones evenly supporting your weight, right? So sitting evenly and just starting to breathe, really, or you've been breathing, hopefully. So not starting to breathe, but starting to focus on your breath. There we go. Drawing that inhale down into the base of your body. So imagine you're breathing down into where your body is connecting to the floor, into the sit bones, into the tailbone, pelvic floor. And as you do that, your belly will expand and hopefully also your sides and your low back will expand. So as opposed to breathing into my chest and shoulders, I'm going to think about breathing down into the body. And before we start to move, if you'd like to, you can just set a little intention for our hour today. A goal, a focus. It can be anything. It can be, you know, I really want to just work on breathing deeper, or it could be, gosh, I was so frustrated with this or that yesterday. I want to work on releasing that frustration, or boy, I'm feeling tired. I hope I can just get some energy. Any goal or focus that speaks to you is perfect. All right, I'm going to just take my hands on my front shin, holding on there. I'm going to drop my chin and sit back, rounding the spine, and then going the other way, coming forward, leading with the chest or the heart, not the chin. And again, drop the chin, roll back, rounding the spine. And then on a nice inhale, coming through, leading with the chest. Exhale, drop back. Inhale, coming forward. Imagine there's a string attached to your sternum, pulling forward, and release back. All right, coming tall now, nice neutral spine. Placing the right fingertips out beside you, up and over with that left arm. Stretching, taking the gaze up to that top bicep. If that feels good, releasing that bottom shoulder down and switch. And one more time, switch. And switch. Coming centered, gentle twist. Twisting, looking out over that right shoulder. You want to think about a long, tall trunk, and then twisting. Other side. Good. Coming back center. Inhale, both arms up, and just take your gaze to the ceiling. Shoulders stay relaxed down. We're coming into just the tiniest of little back bends here by taking the gaze to the ceiling. And release those arms. Just take some big circles with those elbows. And other way. Good, reaching those arms forward and then just opening them up, taking them slightly behind you, extending the arms long, feeling a stretch in the biceps and opening in the chest. Imagine you're squeezing your shoulder blades toward each other on your back. And release. All right, taking those hands over to the right, we're gonna come into an all fours position. So you're on your hands and knees, wrists right under shoulders, okay? Knees right under hips. And again, with that very long trunk, okay? So imagining a string here at the crown of the head, pulling you forward, a string here at the tailbone, pulling you back. So very, very long, long spine. And then you're gonna just take one leg, extend it behind you hip height, reach the opposite arm forward, and stretch, lengthening. Your gaze should be down inside that tip of that finger that's on the ground. So basically where your hands are, not looking back at your knee or toe. Switch sides. And release. Now taking the toes closer and spreading the knees wider apart, sort of mat width. Sitting back on the heels and reaching the fingertips forward. Allowing the chest to drop. And then we're gonna move with this. So I'm gonna just shift my hips over to the right, bring them up off my heels, and make a big circle with the hips. Arms are reaching. Keep breathing, guys. Remember, we're taking the inhales down into the base of the body. Switch directions. Big circle. All right, sitting it back, bringing those knees back right under your hips and your feet right behind them. So coming back into that nice neutral all fours position. I'm gonna tuck my toes and lift my hips up, coming into a downward facing dog or just an upside down V. Don't need to know any yoga words. If it's not familiar, don't worry about it. We'll be explaining everything as we go. I've got my knees softly bent here since my hamstrings are still not super warmed up. All right. Making it comfortable for you. So bending the knees as much as you need. Pressing into all 10 fingers, relaxing your head and neck. All right, from here, I'm gonna lift my left leg, high, 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 squeezing that left glute, and then opening the hips, bending the left knee, dropping the left foot behind, looking under your left armpit or bicep. And let's switch sides, lifting the right leg now. Bend the knee, drop the foot behind. Looking under your right armpit or right bicep. And release. All right, go ahead and bend your knees and look up between your hands. So just walk your feet to your hands. Be in an easy forward fold. Hanging out here for a few breaths. Shake your head yes and no. You might grab opposite elbows. Whatever feels good here, go for it. Knees softly bent, perhaps, depending on your hamstring flexibility. Alrighty, then releasing the arms. If they're not already released, roll yourself up. Slow, slow, slow.
All right, you guys, we're gonna move a little bit. We're gonna inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive yourself over. And take a few breaths here. Notice what's going on with your feet. You want to have weight under the ball of the big toe, weight under the ball of the little toe, and weight in the center of the heel. So it's a tripod foot. Very strong, firm foundation. Roll yourself up. All right, before we move on, guys, just to really activate the feet, okay, what I want you to do is lift your toes, spread your toes as best you can. I know this gets tricky. People have different feet or things going on. And then pressing the tips of your toes down into the mat and pressing them down, really trying to dig the tips of your toes into the mat. And then release. One more time. Lift your toes, spread your toes, and then dig the tips of your toes. You should feel this in your toes, of course, but also in your arch. Feel out what that does to the arch of your foot, energizing it, lifting it. That's the feeling we want, okay? So I've got these nice energized arches and feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're gonna look up halfway, extend the crown of the head forward. Perhaps fingertips come to shins, release, and roll up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, release, and walk your feet back into a plank position or top of a push-up. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths. Now, you have a lot of choices here, guys. You can drop to your knees, okay? Always okay. You can drop to your forearms. I was talking to a friend the other day. She's got a lot of discomfort in her wrists with stuff like this. Just drop to your forearms. Totally cool. All right, we're gonna press back, hips come up, down dog. And bending your knees, looking up between the hands, walk your feet up. Inhale, look up halfway. Release. And coming all the way up. You can come up with a flat back or you can roll yourself up, whatever feels good to you. Release those arms down, bring the hands center of your chest. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Turn the head side to side. And go back to that intention, right? That little goal for our hour together today, what we're working on. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Turn side so you can see. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, release, stepping out into your plank or your top of a push-up position. And then you're gonna lower yourself all the way to the floor. I'm gonna drop to my knees and lower myself down, okay? From here, I'm gonna slide my forearms forward. Coming up into a little tiny back bend. Shoulders stay relaxed down. I'm gazing right between my forearms. And release. Bring your palms back right under your shoulders. Coming to the top of your push-up now. I'm going to go on my knees there and then find my full plank. And press back. Down dog. Upside down V. Drop those heels to the floor. All right, guys, go ahead and lift your right leg. High, high, high. Right glute. Strengthening. Swing or grab and pull that foot up between your hands. And you're going to come up into a lunge. Palms face each other. Shoulders relaxed. My back heel is lifted, okay? Both of my feet are parallel to each other, but they're about hip distance apart. And now bending my arms down like a cactus or a goalpost. I'm going to bend a little deeper into that front knee and then stretch everything tall. And bend. And stretch. And bend. and stretch. 2 more. Resist like you're pulling down something heavy. Stretch, bend, stretch, bend again. Reach those arms straight, palms face each other. And you're going to release those hands down to the floor. If you can't reach the floor, that is okay. You can absolutely keep this up higher, okay? It does not need to come all the way to the floor. Left fingertips down on the inside of the foot, reaching the right arm up and twist. Release. Step your foot back. There's your top of a push-up again. We're going to go through that push-up down to the floor with a little back bend, or you can go straight to down dog, okay? Lower into my knees, down to the floor. Forearm slide forward. Release. Coming back up and down dog. What? Alrighty, left leg lifts. Swing it up. Come up into that lunge. Again, back heel lifted. If it's too much in the front knee, you're gonna just make it higher, guys. Make it smaller. This works great right here, okay? Does not have to be this huge, big old lunge. All right, goalpost arms. I bend them as I bend that front knee a little more. Push up straight. And again, when I say bend more, I just mean bend more from where you are, right? It's gonna look different for everybody. It's gonna be different for everybody. That's okay. All right, here we go. Arms reach straight now, palms face. Release it down. Right hand down, left arm up. Energizing that back heel. Imagine energy going out the back of the back heel. Rotating, taking the gaze to the top hand if you can. Release. Step it back. You go through your push-up and your back bend, knowing that at any time you can come straight to down dog, okay? Totally cool. All right, here we go. Lowering down. If you'd like to do a different little back bend, feel free. There's a cobra. That one keeps the palms where they are. Push up with the shoulders relaxed. And top of your push-up, down dog, upside down V. Right leg lifts. Swing it up between the hands. I'm gonna come into what's called a warrior 2. So my back foot's gonna turn out and go flat. I'm gonna come up. My chest and hips are pointing the same direction. Look over your right middle finger. This back leg is rotating internally. This front leg is rotating externally. So there's this kind of oppositional twisting thing happen in the warrior. Good. Flip that front palm. Reverse. Up and over. Gazing at that top bicep. His shoulder stays relaxed. Coming back center. Windmill down. And here we go. Through the push-up or straight to down dog. Or if you like, guys, at any point, you can rest in child's pose. All right, left leg lifts. Swing it up. Back foot turns flat. I'm just turning around so don't have my back to you guys. Come on up. Turn and look over your left middle finger. Energy in the outer edge of the back foot. Remember that foot exercise we were doing? Think about it. Think about that back arch. All right? Sink down. Flip the front palm up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Think about every individual rib. Little muscles in between. Stretch those intercostal muscles. Haven't thought about those in a minute, huh? Back to warrior 2 and release. Taking it down, to the floor for your back bend. Remembering that you can always just meet in down dog. All right. Right leg lifts. Swing it up. Same thing, warrior two. Flatten that back foot. Turn it out a little bit. Sink into that front knee. Reach now with the right hand. Forearm to the thigh or fingertips down. Left hand up. Energize that back arch. Keep breathing. This is a challenging pose. Breathe here. And without straightening the front knee, coming back up. Beautiful. Windmill yourself down. Go through your push-up if you would like. All righty, left leg's gonna lift now. Swing it up, back foot flat. Warrior two. Remember, hips and chest facing the same direction. Just my head is turning. Look down at your left knee. Should be tracking out over your second toe. Okay, check that alignment. Your front heel bisects your back foot. Check that alignment. All right, reach. Forearm down or fingertips down. Again, challenging pose. Think about breathing down into the base of your body. Slowly, calmly. And come on up. Let's windmill down and just step back to down dog, guys, everybody. Just go straight to that down dog. Press your heels into the mat. Press your palms into the floor, all 10 fingers. Noticing here your abdominals, they should be engaged, they should be lifting, all right? You're gonna lift the right leg high and then shift forward into plank, bringing the right knee to the nose, hold for a split second, shift it back, right leg is high, shift it forward into plank, knee to nose, hold for a split second, right leg high. Last one. And releasing that right leg down. Hanging out here, taking a couple of deep breaths. All right, we'll come back around and catch the other side, but first we're gonna bend the knees, look up, step up between the hands. Inhale as you look up halfway. Exhale, release, and bring it all the way up. Standing tall, palms face each other. Hands come down to the center of the chest. All right, here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop it down into your chair. We're gonna hold here and take a few deep breaths. Okay, so I'm in a nice hip hinge. My gaze is down, a foot or two in front of my big toes. My arms are reaching. This is a challenging position. Bend your knees as much as you can. Biceps alongside the ears. If it gets too much, you take arms to a T or hands to the center of the chest. Sink 1 more inch and hold. Engage your abs, guys. Do not lift your toes. Keep them contacting the mat. 1 more inch and hold. Beautiful. Stand tall and swan dive yourself over. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale and release. Woo. Shake it side to side. And from here, walk yourself out into your down dog position. Heels pressed towards the ground. Your heels should be 1 inch or 2 off the ground. Okay, if they're flat, you need a wider V. If they're 6 inches off, you need a narrower one. Okay, so find what's working for you. Left leg lifts. Here we go, shifting forward into plank, knee to nose. Hold it for a split second. Stretch it back. Shift it forward. Stretch it back. 3 more. Shift, hold, lift your belly. Stretch it back. There's a glute strengthening happening there with that lifted leg, right? Left booty, squeeze it. Here we go, last one. Good, release. Ooh, bend the knees, look up between the hands, walk yourself up. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, release, coming on all the way up. Hands to the center of the chest. All right, inhale, exhale, sink. And hold. Reach your fingertips, relax your shoulders. Lifting those belly muscles. Sink 1 more inch and hold. Biceps alongside the ears, a lot of work in your back here. Extensors, lats. Sink 1 more inch and hold. And stand tall. Release. Whew. Shake it side to side. All right, you guys, from here, I want you to bend your knees and come back to that all fours position where we were for a bit at the beginning of class. All right, from my all fours position, I'm gonna extend my right leg back. It's hip height. Okay, I'm pressing evenly into my hands. Now I'm gonna lift my right leg up and over, tap it to the side, and send it back. So basically I'm drawing a big arch, a big rainbow behind myself with my right leg. Pressing into both hands, not sinking into the left hip. Up and over. This is not easy. Legs are heavy. So if it feels like work, that's good. That's us getting stronger. All right, take it back, hip height, release it down. Now, you're a dog going pee. Here we go. Right leg lift, lower, lift, lower. Press into both hands, guys. There will be a temptation to sit and sink into your left hip. Do not, please do not. Woo. Lift and lower. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Heels together. Or sorry, toes together, knees apart. Reach those hands. We did this at the beginning. Make a big circle with your hips. Just a couple in each direction. Switch directions. All right, organize your all fours again. Get those knees right under the hips. Here we go. Right leg. Same leg. We're going again. Same leg. Right leg. Here we go. Lift it up and over. Tap down. Up and over. Stretch back. Guys, your belly has to work here. Otherwise, you're going to fall over. Keep your core engaged and firing. If it's too intense, your rainbow just gets a little bit smaller. There is plenty of intensity here. If this feels easy to you, woo, make your rainbow bigger. I promise you will feel it. Up and over. All right. Stretch it back. Release it down. Dog at the fire hydrant. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Press into both palms. Four, 3, 2. Okay, beautiful. Toes together, knees mat width. Stretch those hands, circle those hips. Make it big. Whew. Go the other way. Okay, you guys, round 3, last one. 3rd time's a charm. Or at the very least, it's the last one. Stretch it back, up and over. You guys are awesome. This is not easy. This is the strengthening part. Remember to make it smaller or bigger as needed. Oh my goodness, 2 more. Woo. Release. All fours. Dog at the hydrant. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lift it up. Your knee and your ankle come up and they're on the same plane. Oh, I stopped counting. You guys, 2. Thank you, Ryan. All right. Toes together, knees apart. Circle it out. Don't you guys miss me? Always forgetting to count? Oh my goodness. You guys, the really good news is we have 2 legs. The bad news is now we got to do the other side. Flip around. Or sorry, I'm going to flip so I don't kick Ryan. You don't need to flip. Here we go. Left leg. Stand it back. Hip height. Up and over. Oh, now he's going to kick me. Oh, there we go. All right, we got it. Whew. Now this side will feel harder right away because we fatigued it already as a supporting leg. So if this side feels harder, don't worry. That's just the deal. That's all good. 2 more. Release. Fire hydrant. Here we go. Remember, you're pressing into both hands. Press into that right hand. Lift up off that right kneecap. No sinking on into that right hip. Wow. 3, 2. Okay, guys, toes together, knees apart. Make those big hip circles. Or if you want to just hang out on your hands and knees and wag your tail, that's okay too. Just wag it out. You got any little kids around, you can enroll them in tail wagging. Barking, maybe. All right, here we go. Left leg, up and over. Remember to keep your gaze between your thumbs or your 4 fingers. Remember that string from the crown of the head, pulling one direction, from the tailbone, pulling the other. Long trunk, long spine. Lots of light, energy, space, oxygen between all those bones and discs in the spine, right? We'll love on that spine a little bit here while we're kicking our booty's booty. Release. Here we go. Fire hydrant. Whew. We can just get a little bit taller here by lengthening that spine in this position, right? Whew. 3 more. 3, 2. All righty. Take those big hip circles, or just come hands and knees, wag your tail. Okay. 3rd time's a charm, or at the very least, it's the end. Here we go. Left leg. Up and over. Make that rainbow big. Two more, guys. Release. Last fire hydrant. Here we go. Press into both palms. Extend the trunk. Long trunk. Crown of the head reaching. Tailbone reaching. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Good, you guys. Beautiful. Just wag that tail. All right, you guys, tuck those toes, press back. Walk your hands to your feet, or your feet to your hands. Roll yourself up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit down. You knew there had to be 3 of these, right? All right, here we go, number 3. Reach those biceps alongside the ears. If you feel like more of a challenge, you can lift your heels slightly. Sink 1 more inch and hold. Sink 1 more inch and hold. Reach those arms, you're gazing down, 2 feet in front of your big toes. Lift your belly. Your belly supports your back. No sway, archy backs here. Neutral spines. Stay calm. 4, 3, 2, and stand tall. Fold it over. Woo, shake it out. Roll yourself on up. All right, you guys. I'm going to come into a wide V position or a second position if you used to do ballet. Anyway, heels toward each other, toes apart. So I'm externally rotated. I'm going to sit down a little bit. My chest is lifted, okay? My chest is lifted. I'm not hinging. Sometimes we hinge, but right now I'm not hinging. Elbows back. Let's just start with a little twist. All right, right to left. We're gonna go through a little standing core series. All righty, come in center. There's a string here at your pubic bone running all the way up. All right, I'm very tall, neutral spine. I don't wanna overarch, right? Also not tucking. Nice neutral spine. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take my right elbow to my right knee. 10, 9, bend in between. Get that nice squat happening, or that nice deep knee bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, here we go. 10. You're flexing laterally, AKA sideways, through your waist. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Release it out. Take those hands down, or elbows rather. All right, come on up. Straighten it, shake it. Here we go. Bend them. This time, I'm going to take my left elbow to my right knee. So I'm going to twist. Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Really bend through the middle. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. All right, you guys. Other side. 10, 8. 10, 8. What happened to 9? 9, 7,
6, 5.
Don't worry, I'm not homeschooling my kids in math.
That's my job.
I'm gonna let someone else do that. Shake it. We're going through that one more time, you guys. It was so great. Let's do it again. But only 2 times, not 3. So there you go. Okay. 10, 8, 9, 7, 6, 2.5. Here we go. Same elbow, same knee. Side crunch. Beautiful. Other side. 10, 9. Lift the knee. Move the elbow. Both parts moving.
4, 3,
3, 2, 1. Shake. We'll do the crossing one. Whew. Those are hard. My test subject agrees that it's hard, so good. Okay, here we go. Left elbow to right knee. 10, 9, 8. By the way, this is so good for our balance. And if there's ever a time we needed some balance in our lives, now is probably it, right? So that's cool. Actually, we're all practicing a lot of balance every day, I dare say. Okay, here we go. Bend the knees. Last one. Twist. Twist. Awesome, you guys. All right. I'm going to want you to bend into your right knee, coming into a little lunge. Another balancing exercise. I'm going to push off my right foot, lift the knee. Okay? Now, if you're feeling ambitious, you can hop. Let's go. 10, 9. You do not have to hop. Looks like that. Beautiful. 7. All right. Everybody's lunge is going to look a little different. Don't worry if it's smaller. Take care of those knees. Is that 3? We started early. Last one. Beautiful. We're going to go other side. Remember in that lunge, you look down, you should see your knee tracking right over your second toe. So be mindful of that. Here we go. In and reach. Down. Hop if you like. Remember, it can be small. 2 more, right? It can look just like this. Just a small little balance. Beautiful, guys. All right. Let's find our tree. You're going to bring your right foot up, inside the ankle, inside the calf, knee, thigh, whatever feels good. Find your tree limbs, stretch them up, or stretch them out. Or maybe your tree is meditating, praying here. Maybe your tree is, whatever your tree wants to do. Totally cool. Relax your shoulders. Practice gazing softly at one fixed point. Squeezing that left glute, strong supporting leg. And then take a chance. Take that gaze to the ceiling. See what happens? And we release. Other side. Remember, that foot can stay down, okay? If you're feeling like the balance isn't quite there, totally cool. All right, here we go. Squeezing here. Right glute, right? We got to really support this whole operation, and that's happening with the right leg. Try something different. Move your tree branches around. All righty. Take a chance. Move your gaze. Take it up or take it side. Take it to the other side. Very low risk environment, so feel free to play a little bit. Release. All right, you guys. Coming to the back of your mat, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Extend the crown of the head. Exhale, release. You're going to walk yourself out to your plank on your forearms. Oh, thanks, Ryan. So, I'm on my forearms. I'm gazing between my forearms. I'm stepping my feet together. So my knees and my ankles and my toes are touching. Inner thighs are squeezing. Now I'm going to squeeze my butt cheeks. I'm going to literally fire up my entire lower body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Guys, you can drop to knees for this. Totally cool. Okay? We're holding here for about 20, 30 seconds. Drop to knees as you need. Okay? Rest as you need. Lift your belly. If your back is sagging, drop to your knees. Nothing is worth a saggy sway on the way to a backache back, all right? Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. 10, 9, you got this, guys. We are super strong. We are stronger than we know, I promise you that. 4, 3, 2, and release. Sit back, child's pose, stretch it out. All right, you guys. Coming on up. Whew, we're gonna tuck those toes. This will probably be our last down dog here. Drop your chest toward your thighs. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come on up. You're gonna have one more chance to balance with the standing quad stretch. Oops. I can back up because I'm about to be able to. And then we'll be taking it down to the floor for the rest of class. Switching sides. Remember that foot we talked about at the beginning, right? That foot where you lift the toes and spread them and then you're doing this with your toes. Think about that and what it does to your arch, right? All right, release you guys. Let's come back to our mats. Come on down to the floor. You come onto your back. Hug your knees in. Rock yourself side to side. Oh boy. Ooh, that feels good. All righty. Putting those feet flat on the floor, hands behind the head. I'm gonna lift up my head, neck, and shoulders, and lower halfway. All the way up, halfway down. Up and down. And by all the way up, I just mean this sort of small crunch here. You want to think about exhaling, guys, as you lift. Exhaling with the effort. The exhale helps you draw your belly down. Elbows back. Put your hands, support your head. 8 and 7. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, release. Stretch everything long, arms overhead, legs long on the floor. All right, you're gonna come up onto your elbows. Now, at any point, you can stay on your back, okay? Totally fair. I'm gonna shift over onto my left butt cheek, and I'm gonna extend my legs. I'm gonna reach my right arm. Now, you can also bend the knees, okay? And then I'm gonna lift up and lower. Lift and lower. Like I said, this can have a bent knee, okay? This can stay up higher, or it can be coming all the way down and all the way up. So depending on your core strength, you're gonna modify until you're just at your edge. What you feel you can do while still maintaining the belly joint down, always, most important thing. Belly starts going the wrong way, dial it back, okay? Super important. Last 2, last 1. Beautiful, we're gonna switch butt cheeks. Here we go. All right, lift and lower. Thinking about my top oblique, left oblique. Thinking about maintaining that belly, drawing down. And maybe as I fatigue, I'm bending my knees a little bit. Okay, so I can really stay in charge of my core. Is it working, Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
Ryan says it's working, so hopefully it's working. 3 more, 3, 2. Beautiful, guys. All right, one more time on your back. Stretch it long. Pull your right knee into your chest. Give it a big hug. Extend your left leg long on the floor. Point those left toes. Really feel a lengthening in the left hip flexor. Gentle way to add a tiny bit more stretch to this is just squeeze your left butt cheek. Squeeze, release that left butt cheek. And that'll put a little bit more length in that left hip flexor if you Feel like that's a good idea. Switch sides. Pull it in. So I'm also lengthening the glute now on my left side. Stretching hip flexor on the right. Point your toes. Perhaps squeeze your right butt cheek and release. All right, you guys. You're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. Reach and pull the thigh towards you. Little figure 4 stretch. You can think about pushing that right knee away. Also, you want to think about flexing the right foot. Pull the right toes back to the right knee. You should feel this on the right side, in the hip, in the glute. Breathe. All right, you guys, let's switch sides. Remember to flex that top foot. Push that left knee away if you like with your elbow or your hand. And release. Just drive both those heels up to the ceiling. Pull your toes toward your face. You keep those knees bent if you need to. Should be a pretty good hamstring stretch here. Drive the heels up. Good, guys. Then open those legs out. Big straddle stretch. You can put your hands under your legs for some support, or press down on the inside if you have more mobility there. Let's circle those ankles. Go other way. All right, bring those knees back into the chest. Soles of the feet. I almost said palms of the feet. I always do that. To the ceiling, happy baby, AKA dead bug. Pulling your knees down into your armpits. If you can't reach the sides of your feet, you're gonna just grab the sides of your calves or even behind your thighs, okay? Whatever you can grab. And good, you guys, release. Whoa. Give it a kick. Give it a super happy baby. All right, legs to a tabletop. Tip your table to one side. Extend your arms, look away from your knees. And other side. Trying to get both shoulders down to the floor, guys. Finding mobility in that upper mid back, thoracic spine. All right, coming onto your back, give your knees one last big bear hug. Move it side to side if that feels good. All right, you guys, you can extend now everything on the floor. Come into our last 4 minutes or so. So hands, arms by your side, palms up. Legs long. Allow your feet to flop open. All right, you
guys. So returning to our breath. You're lying there on your back. And you're thinking about breathing slowly into the base of your body. Okay, so taking the oxygen down into the hips, into the tailbone, into the pelvic floor. See if you can imagine your body as a canister, a cylinder, a soup can. And on the inhale, all the sides of the soup can are expanding, okay? So you're breathing into your back, you're breathing into your sides, and you're breathing into your belly as well. But usually the belly happens pretty easily. So turn your attention right here to your side body and your back body. Taking that inhale. Down deep. So you're lying on your back and you're just feeling yourself supported by the floor, by the mat. On your inhale, as you're breathing down into the base of the body and into the side body and back body, I want you to also imagine that your inhale is touching your palms. Your inhale is bringing light and oxygen and the healing power of oxygen into your palms. And as you exhale, you're sending that light and that healing power of the air, of the oxygen, you're sending it out. And think of somebody, or maybe a couple of people, but specific folks that you would like to send this healing and this oxygen out to. So it could be someone in your family, could be a friend, could be someone who's sick, could be someone who's lonely and struggling with all these restrictions. Could be somebody maybe that you read about in an article. A person who needs help. Or maybe it's someone you know in the healthcare field. Send some healing and light to a doctor, a nurse, a social worker, a public health official, someone who could use some love. All right, guys, I want you to take a few last deep breaths, just continuing to send out that love. And I want to let you guys know, I mentioned this at the beginning of class, but we weren't all here yet. I want you guys to know that we're going to have a very special guest for this class next week. My dear, dear friend, Deidre Horner, she's on the call. Deidre is the Good Love Coach, and she's a Reiki master at her business, which is in Santa Monica. And she's going to come to us next week and talk to us a little bit about sleeping, tips for sleeping. And she's going to lead us through a moving meditation focusing on calm and joy. So that's going to be amazing. You guys are in for a treat. Deidre is a really, really special coach and healer and friend of mine. All right, you guys, reach hands overhead, circle your wrists and ankles. Go ahead and come on up to any kind of final position you'd like to be in. Seated, kneeling, standing.